And y'all think y'all gonna go to the polls and vote and make it better.
Right.
Just like y'all thought Obama was gonna make it better, and it's been progressively getting worse.
Right.
It ain't even the least bit got better, man.
Yeah.
Like Bush was taking it downhill. Obama didn't even much stop it, much less turn it around. He accelerated.
Yeah, he took off.
Your downhill spiral.
Yep.
And now America's in the worst condition it's ever been in, man. Period. In the history, in American history.
Right.
So give me that Zephaniah 3 and 8, brother.
Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord.
Okay.
That's what you gather the nations.
Yeah, that's it. Come on.
Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I raise up to the prey.
Rise up, right?
Rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour out mine indignation.
So this is the Most High's will, that he's assembling these nations, man. He the one got that Russian pride going. The Most High's doing that to bring them Russians together and you know, riling them up to go to war, man. They got Russian pride right now, man. And they ready to bust heads, man. Them Russians are hard people.
They busting American,
you know?
Bust American heads, man.
You got all this back and forth being stirred up behind Hamas and Israel, and people around the world are taking sides, man, and things are getting heated behind that. That's the Most High's doing. Read that again, Doc.
Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
So the Most High's determination is to gather all the nations together in the valley of Jehoshaphat to pour out his fury and indignation on them, man, because the whole world is exceedingly polluted with wickedness, man. And a lot of that wickedness stems right here from America, man.
Right.
You know?
Hey, brother, can I say something real quick? And mainly the main one that they pissed off at, even though you got all these different nations over here in America, you got so-called blacks and the Latinos, and basically you got the Israelites. Them are the Israelites all here in America. Then you got Africans, Arabs, Japanese, Chinese, you got the Hawaiians, all these different races over here, but the main ones that they get, that hatred is festering up inside of them, these other countries, is at the white man. Yeah. They pissed off at the fucking white man. You know? I got it right here, brother.
Oh, everybody else.
Yeah, brother, yeah. Bring that out for me. Where you want me to come to?
Oh, yeah, I go to stuff. Yeah, I go to 2.
Yeah.
I started 2. Alright, this is Joel chapter 3 verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Going right with Zephaniah 3 and 8. The Most High is going to gather these nations, man. He's gathering them. It ain't even like this this prophecy is being fulfilled right now. Showing you, if you still think this is a book that man wrote, you're a fucking idiot, man.
Right.
Straight up.
Man, this was written, not just century, millennium ago. Millenniums. This wasn't just written, not even in the past 100 years. This was written, man, thousands of years back.
Yeah.
And it's coming to pass. Read that, brothers.
Joel 3 and 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
They're being gathered for World War III. The valley of Jehoshaphat is the Middle East, man. The Iraq and Iran region. All up in there, that's where the Third World War, the bulk of it is going to take place. They say you're going to have brush fires here and there. like Israel, that's going to be a main part of it. But the heat of the battle is going to be right in Iraq, Iran area, Saudi Arabia, over in that way. And Jehoshaphat in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shaphat, meaning the valley of the Lord's judgment or decision.
Yeah, Yahweh's judgment.
And his judgment is to blaze fire on these nations, man.
Yeah.
To pour out his indignation upon them. Go ahead, brother.
And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
Israel is the Lord's heritage, man. Not every nation on the earth, man. Not every nation that's here. Israel, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are the Most High's heritage. We are his people, his chosen. And y'all running around here acting like a bunch of goddamn heathens, man. Go ahead, brother.
Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. And just a footnote, you read this, man, you can only the first thing that should come to your mind is so-called Negroes. You know? This couldn't pertain, this didn't never happen to no other race, you know? You know?
Bring it out one more.
Can you say that verse again?
Yeah, I'll read it again. This is and I'll take that back. It has happened because that's a historical fact. When another nation take down another nation, they had a way with their women. But this
most known to them.
Right. But in this particular manner, particularly, you know, what should come to mind is the so-called Negro. I'll read it again, verse 3, right? It said, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine.
Oh no, two.
Oh, two, I'm sorry. I will also, this is Joel 3:2. I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people, and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Right. So Israel was scattered amongst the nations by mainly the so-called white man. He sent us all over the globe, man, as slaves.
Yep.
You know, every last tribe, not just the Negroes, all tribes, man. You can find Israel in the four corners all over the world, man, today.
That's right.
So then to say they divided the land
and parted my land.
And parted the land. So that's letting you know the people that's over there in Israel right now are not the Israelites. They taken our land, parted it up, and then that's what you're seeing right now with that skirmish going on between Hamas and Israel. They parted the land. Ishmael claimed the peace, and then the Edomites claimed the peace, and it doesn't belong to any of them. They parted our land, which is our heritage, and said we are the people, we are the chosen people, which they are not, man. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the chosen people of the Most High, man. Y'all are the people written up in the scriptures. You was gonna say something, Mike?
Nah, just piggybacking on, you was speaking on how the so-called white man was mainly responsible for scattering Jake all across the world. You get into that Roman history, despite what they show in the movies, they'll show like one or two Jakes, black cats in the whole movie or whatever, but Rome was mainly known for its slave trade. They was real, they had a big market for slaves in Rome, which was mainly Israelites, man. And they such devils, they had a few of their own people, but mainly they was having a slave trade with Jake, man. So you'd have all these different, Rome was basically the center, they was in power, so you have all these different nations, wherever they coming from, as far as Egypt and so on, traveling to Rome, doing slave trades, and then going back to their land. So even before the Atlantic slave trade, you had Esau partaking with major slave trade, man.
This talking about in these latter times, you know, and then leading into this next verse, would give you the context clue that who it's talking about, because we on this. None of these other nations was scattered across throughout all the nations.
Yep.
You know, slavery did partake amongst all nations, meaning all nations did go into slavery, but only one nation, the nation of Israel, was scattered throughout the whole earth, you know, from one end to the other end.
That's right. And then we read earlier, Baruch 3 and 8, I read it, that behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. We are still slaves to this day, man. You think you know, like we brought out before, you think you got your own mind, you think you doing what you want to do, you not. Everything you doing is predetermined by the so-called white man. That's how much control, and that's the way to make the best slave, is for him not to know that he's a slave.
Right.
And then he'll be obedient. You don't have to worry about him bucking up because he thinks he's free.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yeah, what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly, pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border.
That's right, man. So, and here we are right now today, we far from our border. A lot of us don't even know, 2/3 mainly don't even know where your border is, man. Y'all think y'all, you know, well,
right.
A lot of them think they're Africans, man, that you go back to Africa. But before you was in Africa, you was in Israel. Because we are the Israelites. We only was in Africa fleeing from persecution from the so-called white man, the Romans.
Yeah.
And then now the white man wants you to believe that you go back to Africa because he don't want you to know that your true power, man, your heritage, that you are Israelite. Anything to keep you in ignorance, he pushes on you.
Yeah.
You know?
So if we know we Israelites, can we just go back to Israel?
It's not time because Israel is infested with devils right now. It's worse in Israel than it is here in America.
I'd rather be here than go back.
You do now, but once it gets established, you're going to forget about America. Right now, it's got to be destroyed. You know, that place has got to be destroyed just like America. But then the Lord is going to build it, well, the elect and the Lord is going to build it back up to be the paradise that it once was, going back to the Garden of Eden. That was the original Garden of Eden, Israel. And it's going to be that, then some. It's going to be beautiful, you know, once it gets set up. You're going to forget about America. But right now, yeah, you wouldn't want to be over there right now. It's just like America. It's a mini America. You know, the same stuff that goes on here goes on there.
Hey, brother, I'll make a point. And then in this scripture, the verse 6, it said the children of Judah, it said the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians. And that's talking about during the time of the transatlantic slave trade. Because that didn't happen in history. Well, if you go back to the time of the Greeks, when they was in power, the Arabs, the Hamites and the Arabs didn't sell us to the white man. You know? Yeah. And then the scriptures say that so that you will remove them far from their border. Back when we was in slavery, during the time of Alexander the Great, so-called Alexander the Great, we was within our borders.
Yeah.
You know, we was in Egypt, as far as we was by Egypt, you know, Syria and Israel.
Right. And for the most part during the Roman Empire, Jacob was still in the land.
Still in the
you know?
region. Only during this time, in you know the 15, 16, 1700s, was we removed far from our border.
That was prophecy.
As
you know,
as a nation, as a
nation.
whole.
Can I ask
you
a
know?
question? When it say flee, it say flee to the mountains. somewhere in there?
No, that's in another passage.
Right, talking about that.
She talking about Master when the
Yeah.
Lord said to do that. Yeah, that was back in. That's not in these times. That was during Roman persecution when I told you we fled into Africa. That was that time the Lord was saying when you see these things, He was giving them, you know, signs to look for. He said when you see these things come to pass, flee ye.
Yeah, he said when you see armies compassed about Jerusalem, he said then flee ye into the mountains. That already happened in like the brother going into
70
So
AD.
that.
So these times we got to have faith and just stay here. And the brother read it, wait ye upon me, but you wasn't here when he read that. Now we got to wait here for the Lord, because this is where the deliverance is going to take place.
And it's not going to be by our own power.
So
it's going to be the Lord just going to deliver us. We're not going to be able to escape on our own.
Right.
You hear about these UFO sightings. Those are the angels in those so-called UFOs and the Lord. That's how they're going to deliver. When you hear about the rapture, they say, oh, you're going to be caught up. Well, the rapture is the Lord calling His elect up into those chariots.
So you believe in the rapture?
Well, not as they teach it, no. The rapture means caught up. The elect will be caught up, but it ain't going to be according to conventional teaching. Like they say, people gonna be beamed up. Some people gonna be beamed up, and then the ones that's left here be here for 7 years. No, when the elect leave, this place leaves.
It's over.
It's over. That's it. 200 million nuclear warheads are gonna be detonated on American soil. America gonna be a desert wasteland forever. Be left that way. Same thing gonna happen in Israel. Israel gonna get hit by missiles.